Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Beat to the Punch. Today I'm just going to give you another little bite-sized preview show. Just looking at this week's action between Alexander Povetkin and Anthony Joshua, and we'll also touch on Matty Askin versus Lawrence Okolie. The latter probably being the best fight of the weekend. So let's start with the main event and get that out of the way first. It looks as if the British public is not that excited about this fight. Reports coming out and some rumours that are flying about is that ticket sales are nowhere near what they usually are for an Anthony Joshua fight. And that's probably all down to a backlash for the Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua negotiation saga. And probably rightly so. We will touch on this later on, but how can we go from negotiating a fight with Deontay Wilder for all the belts to Alexander Povetkin? But hey, that's what we've got. That's going to be that's the big fight of the weekend. So there's no point crying about it. Let's just have a look at it. So what can we expect for Alexander Povetkin? Well, I've heard stories about Alexander Povetkin, about the stuff that he used to do in Russia and how they used to train him. Training methods you would never hear nowadays. So I do believe that he's a very hard man, and we all know that Alexander Povetkin can punch, but he's not a young man anymore, and he's not very big. There's no getting away from that. So, how is he going to even get close to Anthony Joshua? And the answer to that is, I don't think he actually will get close. I think how we've seen David Price rock him kind of let us know where Alexander Povetkin is at the minute, and he's definitely on the slide, and I don't really see... He can punch, but I don't really see how he could win this fight. AJ, on the other hand, I think that there's pressure on AJ getting in here. Anthony Joshua can't go in there and pull out one of these performances that he had against Joseph Parker, which was an absolute stinker, and then turn around and say, oh, it's a sweet science. No, you're not getting away with that this time. You're getting in there, you better work off of the jab, and you need to get Alexander Povetkin out there. This is a fight that none of you wanted to see, so if you're going to go out there and win it, go out and win it in style. You go out there and win it, then you get a pass for it. Sorry, not just win it, but win it in style, then you'll get a pass for it. And it will also start the buzz again and get the ball rolling for Wilder, or the two powerful punchers. So it's going toe to toe, and start building that narrative again, because as it stands now, I think this fight's probably further away than it has ever been. How do we see it going in fight night? Well, I pretty much see Anthony Joshua coming in, firing jabs right down the middle, because Povetkin, he does all his work for the middle. He doesn't make angles, he doesn't come round for the side. He's going to stand right in front of Anthony Joshua, and Anthony Joshua, being the bigger, stronger man, is just going to pop that jab in his face. I think once this fight gets to about round 5, 6, 7, Povetkin is going to be really struggling with his gas tank. And I think that's when Anthony Joshua will be looking to get him out. Now, Povetkin has got a puncher's chance, and I still think that Anthony Joshua's chin is very suspect. So he can't take him too lightly, but, I think somebody at AJ's level, he knows how to handle Povetkin, and when the longer this fight goes on, there really only is going to be one winner, and I don't even really need to buy into this the puncher's chance stuff. It's the chances of that are very, very wide. So, I've, as you can probably tell, I'm not really interested in that fight. What I really want to talk about is Matty Askin and Lawrence Okolie. Matty Askin is a man that I've got so much respect for. When he didn't used to live the life of a boxer, he was on the verge of just hanging his gloves up. He come back to the gym, he do his friend a favour, and now he fights free of any pressure. He's an absolute joy to watch in the ring. But Matty, it's not just down to Matty. Matty's got a good team behind him. You know, what they do is they'll find your flaws. They'll watch tape of you and they'll find your flaws. Then they show it to Matty and they tell Matty what he's to do. Now, the way that his team and Matty link up, Matty will go in and put exactly into practice what he's been told. You know what I mean? It really is. It's fantastic. What can we say about his opponent, Lawrence Okolie? Okolie is a man who's really on a mission just now. You know, he's fearing no one. He's building himself up a very, very good resume. You know, every time he fights, he's stepping up. You know, he's beat Isaac Chamberlain. He went in and absolutely obliterated Luke the Duke Watkins. And as soon as he done that, he's called out Matty Askins, and they've got this fight done. So for such a young man, you've got to give Lawrence Okolie all the credit in the world, because he's not backing down for anybody. Now, what I have noticed about this fight is that the bookies have it way, way wide. I'm sure I've seen it on Twitter that they have Matty Askins by decision at 10-1. Now that is ridiculous. It's ludicrous. You know, nobody could have watched Matty Askins and says, "Oh, that guy's a 10-1 shot to beat Lawrence Okolie." I mean, you've got to keep in mind that Matty Askins edges us in experience, and he's been in with the better fighters. And what I find really intriguing about this one is the winner of this. This is like to get you promoted to world level. You know, we get to see who really has the goods between these two. And, you know, I think if Lawrence Okolie does one, then he will be cursing his own bad luck that the World Boxing Super Series Cruiserweight tournament has already kicked off, because I think he would have been a fantastic addition to it. So, how do I see this one going? Well, I see this one, I think this is it's going to be very intriguing to see how it turns out. I mean, I know I said that Matty Askins' team are good at finding flaws, and Matty will go in there and exploit them. But how do you prepare for somebody like Lawrence Okolie, who's just so unorthodox? And not only that, Lawrence Okolie is a monster in the ring at cruiserweight. You know, he's well over 6 foot, and really wouldn't look at a place of heavyweight. So, you know, it will be a brilliant match-up in styles to see how Matty goes to get inside, and if Lawrence can catch Matty, who is really slick and good at setting traps for opponents, you know, so it's a great step up. How do I see it going? Well, I'm actually going to stick money on Matty Askins at 10-1 to take this on points, but I've got a funny feeling that Lawrence Okolie is going to do it. Where I'm really debating with myself is whether he'll do it on points or whether he'll do it by knockout. In recent fights, I've not seen Matty Askin go late. You know, he's been kind of getting guys out of there early, so I don't know what his gas tank's like, and I suspect that it isn't very good. So I'm thinking if this fight gets into round 10 and 11, Okolie will definitely be looking for the knockout. Will he get it? Well, do you know what? I'm going to say that he will. I'm going to say that Lawrence Okolie will get a 10th round knockout. And, you know, let's just hope we get the fight that we're all expecting here, as this fight could make or break this card. So, yeah, well, 10 minutes for a bite-sized pod, you know, that's more than enough. So, thanks very much again for joining us, guys. If you like the bite-sized pods, or even the main pod that we do once a month, which usually will be on about an hour long, then subscribe to us on iTunes, check us out on Spreaker, and subscribe to us on YouTube as well. Thanks again for joining us, and catch you later, guys.